22 overrated wedding trends that need to be retired. When we attend weddings, we look forward to seeing two people celebrate their love for each other. But let's admit it, there are a lot of wedding trends that are starting to get outdated. Whether it be watching the couple get cake in their faces or having to buy your own drinks at the bar, there are some trends that have just got to go. Keep watching for 22 overrated wedding trends that need to be retired. Number 22, signs. There's no need for there to be a lot of signs at the wedding. Unless those signs are what is to distinguish what is in the food at the reception, there's no point. And it makes your guests feel stupid. Let them figure out where the bathroom is, even if they have to ask someone. If they happen to need to ask someone, maybe that person will make a new friend. Win-win. Number 21, party favors. The guests that are given those party favors usually misplace them right after, or forget what they're even given. In the end, these party favors end up being a waste of money. This is why party favors are a wedding trend that needs to stop. Instead of these favors, spend more money on the bar for your guests. Recognize any of these trends so far? And do you know what crazy fashion trend has recently become popular at weddings? Here's a hint. It has something to do with shoes. But you're gonna have to stick around until the end to find out what this crazy wedding fashion trend is. Number 20, naked cakes. There are quite a lot of weddings now that are incorporating naked cakes. That means that the cake has no icing on it. Couples may decide to do this because of allergies that a lot of people tend to have nowadays, but the truth is, you can still use certain gluten-free icings instead. This means everyone will love the cake. Number 19, sparkler send-offs. Some couples want the send-off to their honeymoon to be lit. The truth is, this whole process costs a lot of money and is a hassle for the venue. There can be a lot of problems that arise when these sparklers go off, and a lot of the times the couples don't envision them the way they turn out, and they get upset about it. Keep watching as we continue to count down the most overrated wedding trends there are. Number 18, bride cakes. There is a trend that may not be super popular, but people do it. They make a cake that is shaped and looks identical to the bride. This makes for an uncomfortable experience when someone gets a slice of cake, and it ends up being the eye of the bride. Best to skip this wedding trend in the future. Number 17, updating your status. Since the age of social media, it has been hard for people to turn away from their iPhones. This is a problem at weddings also. When it comes to people using their phone at weddings to update their status, just don't do it. Enjoy the celebration of either your wedding or that of your friends. Live in the moment. Number 16, headpieces. There has been a recent trend for the bride to wear extravagant headpieces. These headpieces end up hiding the beauty of the bride and make for one distracting wedding experience. Wearing a veil or tiara is fine, but don't cover your entire face. Number 15, giving away the bride. This is one overrated wedding trend that needs to stop because it is so old. What we mean by giving away is by the father to the husband. Society has changed a lot over the years, thankfully, and now the bride gets to choose who walks her down the aisle. Number 14, mason jars. According to Cosmopolitan, when couples are planning an outdoor wedding, a lot of the time they ask for mason jars to be used. These jars are able to have candles in them and be used for other options as well. But they make your wedding have a rustic look. Though there are some who don't mind this, sometimes looking back on photos, it looks different than you thought it did in person. Number 13, roast toast. When someone gets married, they don't want to be ripped apart by their friends right after. Yet, this is what happens at a lot of weddings. Instead of standing up and telling embarrassing stories about the bride and groom, why not say nice things? This has just gotta stop. Number 12, long gloves. Long gloves used to be considered beautiful back in the day. It made the bride look like royalty, but now it makes it seem like she's hiding her beauty from the world. These gloves also make for an awkward fashion look. Best to get a wedding dress that has sleeves built into them rather than adding a pair of gloves on your arms. Number 11, the sweetheart table. This table makes for an uncomfortable experience all around. The couple is sitting up there looking at all their guests staring directly at him. Plus, anyone who is at the head of the table is forced to have themselves on display also. This can get pretty uncomfortable. Number 10. Super revealing wedding dresses. There are some brides that really want to show off their body that they've worked so hard for on their wedding day. But some guests find these super revealing wedding dresses to be uncomfortable because they look at weddings to be a sanction of commitment of love. Plus, we all know the bride is beautiful. Every woman is. So, no need to be nearly naked on your special day. Save that for the honeymoon. Number 9. Gimmick wedding themes. This is a trend that is starting to become popular, but it needs to stop. We understand that the couple is obsessed with whatever ridiculous theme they are using for their wedding, but the truth is, many of the guests are going to find it annoying to dress according to whatever theme the couple has picked. It's best to let this recent overrated wedding trend go. Number 8. Requesting cash gifts. Look, we all know that gifts should be bought for the couple when attending their wedding, but the one overrated wedding trend that should stop is the couple requesting cash. It's a bit insulting to the guests. Think about it. It implies that you aren't going to be good at picking out the gift they want. Number 7. Bridesmaids' bum photos. Not every wedding includes one of these strange photos, but some do. We all know that the brides love their friends and think they are the best, but that doesn't mean everyone wants to see their bums in a photo. Next time you take a group bridesmaid photo, attempt taking just their faces. Number 6. Dollar bride dance. This is one wedding trend that is humiliating and outdated. Paying the bride $1 to dance with her at the wedding is just weird. She has just married someone, and giving her money to dance with you is a little insulting. This wedding trend needs to be given up, especially in this day and age. Number 5. Shower invite. No wedding invite. Weddings have become really costly over the years. This is resulting in couples only inviting a select few to the wedding, and more to the shower or reception. Even though this is smart for the couple, it results in their guests feeling a little undervalued. This is one wedding trend that should retire. Weddings should also stop getting so expensive. Number 4. Bouquet toss. The whole throwing of the bouquet to all the single ladies at the wedding is really outdated. It's also really awkward because it singles out all of the single women at the wedding. For those of you who are getting married or are thinking about getting married, consider keeping the bouquet for yourself. Number 3. The caked face. This is one wedding trend that has been overdone for many decades. Guests aren't even surprised anymore when couples slice their cake and shoves it into their newlywed's face, but you know what would be surprising? If they just didn't do it. Which is why this overrated wedding trend needs to be put to bed. Number 2. The chicken dance. Though we believe the chicken dance wedding trend is hilarious, it is also outdated. There are other ways to break the awkward tension in the air at a wedding reception than to get everyone out to do a chicken dance. Believe us, most guests don't want to get up and dance in the first place. Number 1. The cash bar. There is one thing guests look forward to compared to all else at a wedding, and it's the open bar. When guests arrive and they find out that it's actually a cash bar, they are likely to be severely disappointed. The cash bar is an overrated wedding trend that really needs to retire. Now that you know the dumbest wedding trends that absolutely need to stop, here is quite possibly the worst wedding fashion trend that absolutely needs to stop. Wearing Crocs. This goes for the couple and the guests of the wedding. I'm not even sure why anyone would even consider wearing Crocs to a wedding, but I guess some people have no shame. Please remember that a wedding is a formal event that requires people to look their best, so dress up. Wearing Crocs to a wedding is definitely an overrated wedding trend that needs to stop immediately. Out of respect for the couple and the sanctity of marriage, wear some nice shoes. So, what do you think? Do you agree with us that any of these wedding trends need to stop? What other wedding trends do you think need to be stopped? Let us know in the comment section below.